Hi, I'm Michael. This is update 3 in my Grapevine series, 3 weeks after bud break, and I want to show off a little more about what my grapes have done this week. Thanks for watching. All right, so first up, my red flame seedless here on the right has an extensive amount of growth. You can already see little flower clusters forming, and some of these shoots you'll notice here are already a good 2.5 to 3 feet long. I mean, that's pretty impressive. It's about a foot a week. And so once again, this is 3 weeks after bud break. And then just in case you're not sure of the words, so I've seen a few different ways these are described. Usually your first year wood would be considered to be a cane, and then new growth that's less than a year old you'd call a shoot. And so what most people usually do is they'll have a trunk, which is your oldest wood. And then usually what a lot of people will do is they'll split two older sticks coming out of their trunk, and they'll call those cordons. And then coming out of cordons, you'll either do spurs, which are usually mini canes, and then coming out of those, you'll have shoots. So you'll have buds like this. This was a bud, or right here is a bud. That bud will basically turn into a shoot, like this is, like this is. It'll just keep growing and growing until eventually it looks like this or like this. And then once this exists for, at least in Arizona, once this exists for, I would say about 6 or 7 months, it starts to do what's called lignify, where it'll start to turn a little bit brownish. And I'll eventually show that in this video as these transition slowly. And you can see all these flower clusters, like I was saying. These are flowers. Eventually they'll bloom, and all your blooms come off of canes, which are last year's wood, and they all come out of the buds, which form on shoots from this year's wood. So all of your fruit is going to be connected to what was once a shoot, or what was once a bud, which is currently a shoot. And that's basically how it works. All right, and anyway, as you can see here, all of these tiny shoots have grown substantially. Some of them are as long as almost 3 feet long, 2.5, 3 feet. Another one over there. A few of them are only a foot long, and some are shorter, like this one's only a couple inches, 3 inches maybe. And then some are just barely opening right here. I wasn't even sure if this position was going to actually even form a shoot, and it just opened up this last week. Some of these other ones that were, some of the ones that look like this 2 weeks ago now look like this now. And so they develop pretty quick. And you'll notice a lot of these will have a position where there's a flower cluster like this. And these flower clusters in a few weeks will start to bloom out. They're developing pretty quick, so I would say probably 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. We'll find out in the videos. Keep watching, right? Okay, lots of stuff happening over here. So what I did this last year, I don't know if I explained this in a previous video, but I had a really long cane after all the fruit. I had a long cane that just kept growing and growing, and so I took advantage and buried it in the ground and had it travel all the way back here behind my grapefruit tree here. And they're all coming up, like lots of little shoots are coming out of that buried, what they usually call layered cane that I buried in the ground. And you can see I kind of had it going up and down, just weaving in and out of the ground. And looks like I'm gonna have lots of grapevines resulting in that single layered cane that I ran back there. A couple of these other ones are actually cuttings, but a few of them, even the one back there, is part of that one that I layered and buried into the ground. So I'm gonna have a lot of grapevines coming up here. So I'll have to thin these out. You'll notice that to thin these out, one strategy I've used here is I'm turning some of these shoots into air layered, I don't know what to call them, air layered grapevines. But what's basically gonna happen is I surrounded the grapevine in wet soil that's encased in these, one's a water bottle, one's a pomegranate juice bottle, I believe, and just recycling, using those to invite the shoot to produce roots, and that'll give it the ability to be separated from the mother vine and be placed in another part of my yard that's not so congested, I guess. So yeah, these things are growing pretty quick, and you can see these little flowers everywhere. Makes me super happy. All right, well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you need any strategies or help on your grapevines, leave a comment and I'll do my best I can to help you. No charge. Thanks for watching.